Hey, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of CarnivorousGrama Speaks. I have done this impromptu live. I want to welcome you guys and say Happy New Year. If you are new to my channel, welcome. And if you are back again, welcome back. Happy New Year, you guys. I had intended to go live yesterday, but I just decided to go ahead and take a chill pill and basically relax and just enjoy the day. So that's what I did. I did some cooking. Hopefully you guys saw that video that I posted up yesterday with my New Year's keto and carnivore meal. And my husband said that the cornbread and black eyed peas was really good. So that was something that I haven't made for a long time. I really wanted to come in and just chit chat with you guys, come in and say, hey, Happy New Year. Talk a little bit about last year, kind of review what went on with me for the year, how I'm landing for the beginning of 2025 and set my intentions for the coming year. So I'm excited. I think 25 is going to be a great year. And I'm looking forward to what the Lord is going to do for me in this coming year. So first of all, I want to just say for 2024, of course, I started out 24 with a 7-day fast. There was so much that went on in 2024 as far as I traveled. I got a chance to go to Hack Your Health, which was absolutely incredible, and meet so many amazing carnivores and ketovores and keto people. I got a chance to meet some of my, the doctors that I love. Like I got a chance to meet Dr. Chafee, and Dr. Boz, which was really, really cool. I got a chance to meet some friends that were there. Hanging with the Browns, G and Frederick, and so many more. Like Nia was there, and Nia from Nia's Way, and Christy at Meeting Wellness. And I don't want to start calling all the names because there were so many people there. And I want to just call out Ribeye Ranger because he's a cool dude, and I always love to mention him because he's so very cool. So I got a chance to see Carrie again, Carrie Mann from Homestead How, and it was just really cool. I got a chance to meet Maria Emmerich and her husband and the boys, and it was just so, so cool. Hack Your Health was one of the highlights of my 2024 year. And so I'm planning to go again. Hack Your Health is going to be in Miami this year, and it's going to be in November. So I've already got my ticket, and I'm planning to be there, and it's going to be super amazing and exciting. So really looking forward to that again. Another thing that I got to do, a couple of other things, is I got to go on G and Frederick at Hanging with the Browns carnivore cruise, which was so much fun. It was my first cruise ever, and we cruised to the Bahamas. My husband and I had never been on a cruise before, so that was really, really fun. And I think I definitely would enjoy cruising again. And I'm looking forward for another opportunity to do that. So I can say that G Brown took great care of us. She made sure that we had plenty of steaks and lamb chops and all the carnivore things at the table and piles of butter. So it was really, really fun. And it was great to see them again. Can't wait to meet up with them again as well. In addition to that, I had a chance to go to the Montello Theater, where Carrie and the Healing Humanity crew were doing I think it was called Incredible Carnivore Stories Meetup at the Montello Theater in Wisconsin. And so my mom and I went to that, and that was really great. I got a chance to see Dr. Kiltz in person again, because I did see him at Hack Your Health as well. Dr. Kiltz is so awesome, you guys. If you don't watch his channel, you can also become a part of his Mighty Network, his community. He is a very, very awesome person, so down to earth. And I just love him. So check out Dr. Kiltz's channel as well. So, those were some of the traveling escapades that I got up to in 2024. Um, so far this year for 2025, I just have Hack Your Health on my agenda. We'll see what else comes about, but I would really, really love to do a meetup in my area because, I don't know that there are very many carnivores in my area. In fact, I haven't really met any. So I'm in Kalamazoo, Michigan. And so I would like to schedule one for maybe this summer. I'm looking into that possibility of hosting a meetup where the carnivores that are in the area or close to this area can come in and let's get together, eat some meat, have a good time, and talk. So looking forward to that. So another thing that I did in 2024 was I did a lot of experimentation as far as trying to find out, and I'm going to mention Denitra, who is our metabolic health coach on my Hey Sister Girl show, which is on Monday evenings. And she always says, find your formula. So I have been looking to try to find the formula that will allow me to actually release the weight or the fat that's on my body. So I tried multiple different things as far as that was concerned in 2024. I did not find the right formula for releasing my weight. I'm going to talk a little bit about the other benefits because to me, weight is a secondary thing, but I do want to lose some, So I tried doing lean days. And I felt like lean days were just not, they didn't serve me. I wasn't feeling thankful, grateful, blessed on lean days. And so I tried the high fat carnivore, which was like a stick of butter a day. So I tried that for a couple of months. I gained 10 whole pounds on stick of butter a day. So I will say to you that stick of butter a day may not be for everyone. Again, Denitra always says, find your formula. And so that stick of butter a day did not work for me. And I'll say that stick of butter a day was like a high dairy diet for me. So dairy gives me some issues with my eczema. So I did not think that butter would cause me a problem, but it actually did. When I had too much butter, it caused my hands to flare up and things like that. So I do prefer to use ghee and get those milk solids off. So stick of butter a day did not work for me. I was not happy with the results that I achieved on that. And in fact, those 10 pounds that came on did not go off, and they're not going off easily. They're going off kicking and screaming. So I'm sure that there are reasons, why my metabolism is the way that it is. One being that I have dieted my entire life, pretty much since the age of 11. I've done so much yo-yo dieting, and my metabolism is just not, it ain't working like I would like it to do. I'm sure that I could go on a diet because I've done this so many times in the past. I could go on a diet, I could lose the 10 pounds, but then again, I don't want to be gaining the 10 pounds back. So I'm still looking and trying to find my formula. I love the carnivore way of eating. So I'm going to just kind of run down a few of the really great benefits that I have seen. I've been on carnivore since February 22nd, 2023. And seen some amazing healing in my body. So, of course, the top of mind is always eczema. I think I might got a media asset that I can share here. Hold on a second. Let me see. Let's just see here. I will share. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Sorry. Let's just see here. Let me show this one. So, eczema has been a big factor for me. If you look at my face, you can see that, and this was how my face looked all the time when I was on various diets. I was, you can see that I was overweight, but also those dark circles and dark ring around my mouth. And so this is something that I really wanted to eliminate and get rid of because this eczema has been with me my whole life. In fact, my mom was on talking about it during one of our Hey Sister Girl shows a couple weeks ago and talking about the fact that I had this eczema when I was born. And so it's been really a struggle my entire life. And as you can see, I don't have that the way that I did before. So that actually was so stunning to me. I did not know that it would clear up. I mean, I knew that it was food related within myself, but I went to dermatologists, I went to doctors. They told me it's not food related. And so come to find out it is food related. And butter is a trigger for that. So if I have too much butter, it will trigger it. And then also within my hands, let me see if I have another slide here that I can show. Those hands were like crazy. So down here at the bottom, you can see that my hands were like blistered and the skin peeled off and just awful, just absolutely awful. So that dyshydrotic eczema is a huge thing that went away for the most part on a carnivore diet. And so when I did the elimination diet, by elimination, I mean I eliminated everything but meat. And no, I don't have any fruits. I don't have any vegetables. And people always ask me, like, are you still doing that meat thing? Yes. I think that I will do the meat thing for the rest of my life because of the immense changes that I've seen in my body by going on carnivore. So the eczema was a huge thing. I can say within 30 days, I started to see a difference in the skin on my face. And people started to notice and say, hey, oh my gosh, what are you doing? You know, your face looks so clear. What is it that you are using? How are you, what are you using on your face? I'm not using anything on my face. I had a cream, a lotion that I used for, I don't know, 30 years. And I was able to stop using that for the most part, unless I have a flare up, which I do use it if I have a flare up. So eczema was a big one. And, eczema is, it is not fun. It is a horrible thing. And it is so, so itchy. And it's definitely something that I've struggled with my entire life. So the second thing that I want to mention is irritable bowel syndrome. And I had irritable bowel with constipation. And when I went on carnivore, that went away. Now, if I don't have enough fat in my diet, I'll have some struggles there. So the fat and the protein really help to keep things moving along. Now, I know the people done told y'all that you need to have fiber to keep things moving. That is not correct. It's just not correct. And so, so you don't need fiber. The meat and the fat will keep things moving along. And I've heard from other people that they've had irritable bowel with diarrhea, and they're constantly dealing with diarrhea. And the same thing for them. Meat-based diet will also, it just helps with irritable bowel. So that was a big one. I was like, these things are like, they're freeing for you. We don't have to sit in the bathroom for a couple of hours and just cry because you can't go to the bathroom. Though that thing was really, really, really amazing. I want to talk a little bit about anxiety and mental health because I struggled with constant food obsession. Totally obsessed with food. This was so noisy in my head. The racing thoughts around food and constantly thinking about food, every meal, thinking about the next meal, thinking about what am I going to do, yada, yada, yada. My brain just racing around food. And so that is something that went away within 90 days. And I realized all of a sudden there were certain ways of thinking that I was not struggling with anymore. First of all, was the food noise. Like I wasn't hungry, I wasn't thinking about food. I do have this YouTube channel where I'm cooking food and I'm preparing food. I'm trying to do videos for you guys. What am I eating? And all those kinds of things. So, in that way, I am thinking about food, but I don't have this food obsession, constantly thinking about what am I going to eat the next day? What am I going to eat for the next meal? That went away. And then also this feeling of impending doom. I don't know if anybody has ever felt that, like where you just feel like something bad is going to happen all the time. Like if your phone rings, it's going to be something bad has happened. Let me know, like give me a comment if you have ever, if you get where I'm coming from with this feeling of impending doom. All of a sudden I realized that I could, like, somebody could ring my phone and I would not freak out. I would not be like, oh my God, I got to answer it right now. And in fact, my husband used to always say to me, do you ever just like let it go to voicemail? No, because something horrible has happened. And so I realized that I was like letting it go to voicemail and I wasn't freaking out about it, particularly if my kids or somebody in my family was calling, I would be worried that something bad had happened. I was on a show, my phone rang, it vibrated, and I just sent it to voicemail. And I'm sorry, my dog is barking in the background because there's animals outside. Doc, Doc, stop it. Anyway, I realized that I was able to send it. I was able to send it to voicemail and not even think twice about it. So here, this thinking that I had had all of my adult life that I can remember, all of a sudden I realize, okay, so this is not my natural state of being. I don't have to sit in fear all the time and worried about what is going to happen. And so that was really, really freeing. I had this horrible, horrible anxiety to the point where I went to the doctor. Sorry, y'all, I'm, you know, a woman of a certain age, and I'm sweating. But went to the doctor and told her, I need you to put me on something because I'm not going to be able to leave my house. I'm not going to be able to drive myself anywhere. And I'm struggling with this debilitating anxiety. And so last summer, not this past summer, but the summer before, like the first summer that I had been on carnivore, I weaned myself off of that medication because I realized I don't really need that anymore. I don't have this mental health issue that I had been dealing with. And so I definitely am so grateful for that. I still don't really get on the highway and drive. I have some high speed anxiety still going on. So it's not like it's all completely dissolved. Like some people I hear saying, like, my anxiety was healed, like when I went on carnivore. Mine has not been, but yet it's such a huge difference from what I was experiencing before in the past. So those are literally the kinds of things that have been, you know, put into remission, healed, and my body still has healing to do, obviously. So, you know, in 2 years, this is the results that I'm seeing. And if I think about the fact that I have been damaging my body with food since I was an infant, how long will it take for some of these things to come out? So the things that I'm thinking about are like oxalates and lectins and fat that's stored in your fat cells, you know, antibiotics and different things that your body is storing all of this stuff because there's no way for it to get rid of it or eliminate it. And so these kinds of things are going to take time, even like seed oils, highly processed seed oils, stuff like canola oil, vegetable oil. Those kinds of things are really, really toxic to the body. So, and they have a long half-life. So it takes a long time for those things to be eliminated from your body. So my body is still in healing mode. And I think it's going to take quite some time for it to actually heal up. Oh, my dog. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but why are there animals outside right now? They should all be like relaxing and chilling out, the squirrels and stuff. They shouldn't even be out here right now, but they are. And so the dog, he wants to chase one really bad. So, anyway, so that's there's so much benefit that I have seen to the carnivore way of eating that I literally, after like 30 days, I knew I could never go back to a standard American diet, eating processed food that comes from a package, a box, a can, all those things. If the ingredients list is as long as my arm, I'm not going to be able to eat that because it's not food. And so, the thing that I think about food, and I don't think that everybody necessarily has to go on a carnivore diet, although I think it could benefit everybody to try one for a while. I think that we need to be eating whole, natural foods, single ingredient foods. So, if you're eating an apple, eat the apple. You know what I mean? If you're eating a lettuce, let's say, eat the lettuce. It's just a single ingredient food. Although I hate lettuce, I actually come to find out have some sort of allergic reaction to lettuce. That's so funny. Let me just tell this quick story because I actually ordered at McDonald's. I ordered burger patties at McDonald's and they put it on a bed of lettuce. Now, I'm saying I want just meat only. They give me this lettuce. I'm like, okay, well, I'll just, eat the meat off the lettuce. After I ate that, I had a flare up in my eczema. So I know that I have some sort of aversion. I'm going to call it an allergy to lettuce. And I always hated lettuce. I would tell everybody, oh my God, there's no such thing as a nice salad. I hate salad. And it's because I actually have some sort of physical aversion or physical response to lettuce. Another thing I found out that I have an aversion to is like black pepper. I can't eat black pepper. When I eat it, it makes my nose stuffy. So, I might have been going around with a stuffy nose and didn't even realize it was because there was pepper in the food. And this is another thing. So I would never put pepper on anything. I would season all my food, never put pepper. And people would be like, oh, you don't use pepper. No, I don't use pepper. I don't really like pepper. But I actually have a physical response to pepper. So there's all this food noise going on in your body because of all of the different foods that you're putting in. And when you eliminate that, you can figure out what are the things that actually serve you. And so let me just say hey to a few people who have come in. So, hey, Shelly, thank you for stopping in. And then Terry is here. Hey, Terry, thank you for stopping in. We got Sharon, she's here. And Ellie gets it. Yeah, about that food noise and oh my gosh, it's just horrible. And then Faye is here. Hey, Faye. So you guys, thank you for stopping in. I appreciate you and your support of my channel, CarnivorousGrama. All right. So we talked about the stick of butter a day challenge. I realized that I cannot eat a stick of butter a day. It does not serve me well. I did gain 10 pounds in the last year. And so it's like, okay, so let's find the formula. And so I want to just talk a little bit about what am I doing in 2025 that is different than what I did in 2024. Again, this year, I am starting with a fast. I'm planning for a 3-day, I'll call it a liquid fast because I did have coffee today, just black coffee. And we'll talk a little bit about why am I doing black coffee, because over the course of probably the last 6 months, I started incorporating some sweet taste. I had been off sweets for a year. And basically, I started incorporating some sweetened electrolytes. I started incorporating some sweeteners. I even had a few Diet Cokes. Don't judge me. It is what it is. I did. Diet Coke used to be my jam. I mean, I was a Diet Coke junkie. I loved Diet Coke. But I realized when I tried to incorporate that back in, okay, Diet Coke is giving me a headache. Every time I drink it, I get a headache. And so, why do I continue to put this in? So, anyway, I started incorporating some sweet tastes. So, for the course of this fast, my goal is to try to break away from the sweeteners and break away from that sweet taste. Um, so I was using, my element electrolytes in coffee, which is sweet, the chocolate caramel flavor, using some of those sweetened electrolytes and other sweeteners as well. So goal for the fast is to break that. And so I'm doing like a diluted coffee. So I said that I was going to try to do it without coffee. I did have a coffee today. Tomorrow, I'm planning not to have a coffee. So what do I have? I have some caffeine pills because I do not want to suffer through that headache. And the really great thing about it right now is that I'm off work for the rest of the week. So, I'm not having my Keto Brains nootropic, which I have every day in my coffee. I'm not having my collagen, which I also have in coffee, and I'm not having any iodine. I'm not having any of that stuff. I just had plain black coffee diluted today. And tomorrow, my goal is not to have it. I'm planning to fast for 3 days this year, 3 days straight, and then I will continue on with my intermittent fasting. So my goal is to go down to an OMAD. So what I realize for me is, and you may be a person like me who has this issue, is that I can eat a lot of food and I feel like I'm having overconsumption. So I can eat breakfast in the morning. I can eat 2 or 3 scrambled eggs, 3 or 4 or 5 slices of bacon, and then I can eat a 16-ounce steak at dinner with shrimp. And so that really is probably more food than I need to consume in a day. And so my goal is to try to reduce my consumption to 1 meal a day every day. Now, the key with the 1 meal a day is making sure to eat enough food in that 1 meal a day. But overall, in general, I want to reduce my overall consumption during the course of this year. And I've tried that a couple of ways. I've tried to, do the lean days. I tried the OMADs. I tried skipping a day. So I will incorporate some, I got to shake things up. I can't just do the same thing every single day because the body is so smart. It's so intelligent. It figures out what you're trying to do. And it's like, I'm not releasing nothing, girlfriend. I am going to hang on to everything I got because I don't know what you're doing. So, so I'm going to do OMAD. And that is my plan, is to try to do OMADs through the course of this year. So that means very small eating window. And so with whatever time I'm going to start eating, I'm going to finish my food within 1 or 2 hours, just to make sure that I'm getting enough food. And then I'm going back to the old school, Dr. Jason Fung, the complete guide to fasting. So fasting is a muscle and you need to practice using it. Just like if you are going to lift weights or if you're going to walk, you need to practice using that fasting muscle. And last year, after my 7-day fast, I basically was like, dang, I'm not fasting no more this year. That's it. And that probably was not the best choice for me. So I definitely do need to fast. And so you'll see that I'm doing some intermittent type fasting, maybe some alternate day fasting. But my main goal is to reduce my food consumption into a very small window. So 1 or 2 hours a day. So I already warned my husband that I'm going to be eating like in the afternoon. That will be where my meal is at. Probably the early afternoon, because it's easy to eat. Once you eat in the afternoon, the early afternoon, you can just fast on through the rest of the day because you're really not hungry. And that is the key, like, is to realize, what is it? Am I really, really hungry? So today my stomach started growling. I ate my last meal at 5 o'clock p.m. last night. I know I'm not hungry yet, but my stomach was growling. So stomach growling is not equal to being hungry. Your body is like, I want something. And so it will start talking to you and saying, yes, I'm hungry, but I know I'm not hungry. And so my intention is to make it through this 3-day fast and then begin with OMADs throughout the course of the rest of this year. Not to say that I won't ever eat more than one meal a day, but my goal is to do a small eating window through the course of the year. And do some alternate day fasting throughout the course. So I know I need to figure out what the formula is for me and figure out what's actually going to serve me as far as food and eating. All right, so that's my goals. That's my intentions around food and eating. I did a lion diet last February. I did about a couple of weeks of lion diet, which is ruminant animal meats only. So things like beef, and it was beef and lamb. I did end up finding some goat. Not too big of a fan of goat, but the ruminant animals, the ones that chew the cud, those. And so I tried that for a couple of weeks last year. And after 2 weeks, I felt so sick. I was like, okay, I'm not going to be able to continue on with this. And I ended up adding in some pork. So I don't think right now that I'm going to try a lion diet, but maybe throughout the course of the year, I might try lion, because just because something didn't work last year doesn't mean that it won't work this year after we've had another full year of being on carnivore. So I may try that again throughout the course of the year. Another thing that I want to mention is, the spiritual component of the fast that I'm doing. So if you guys watch my channel, you know that every year my church does a fast. It's an intermittent type fast from midnight till noon or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We're actually starting our fast this year on the 11th, but I am planning to do my fast throughout the course of this month of January. And so I just wanted to start the year out with a 3-day fast. I'm also reading through the Bible in the year. And so that's something that, that is part of my intention for the year, is to just start my year out with fasting, with prayer, with Bible reading, and, also making those great choices around food and eating and my consumption. So I do want to mention that I did create a devotional, an devotional ebook. And it's for the month of January right now. I'll be extending it out based on the month. So if you guys are interested in my ebook, you can find it on my website, which is CarnivorousGrama.com. I'll put that link in the description box below so that you guys can check it out. It is a devotional that does include an eating component, because as part of what I'm doing, it's a carnivore diet. Chill out, dude. Sorry, I have to keep talking to the dog because he's like, there's people out there. So anyway, I have this devotional. It's a free ebook. If you want it, let me know, and I will be happy to go and make sure you can get the downloadable version. It's on my website. So it's at CarnivorousGrama.com. And I do intend to extend that out, because And I've been working on a video for quite some time that talks about what does the Bible have to say about food and eating. And I've been working on it for probably 3 months because I want to make sure that it really says what I wanted to say about food and eating. We know that God gave us food from the very beginning. And he gave us plants and animals to eat. But what we can say about the current state of affairs with food is that most of our food that we're picking up off the shelf is not food. It's a bunch of chemicals. It's a bunch of chemicals. So take a look at your ingredient list on the back of something that you're picking up out of the grocery store. If it's not a whole food, then you know that it is something that was designed by a chemist to be extremely palatable and highly addictive. And so we want to be really cautious about that. Just take a look. Next time you're looking through you're shopping in the grocery store, look at the list of ingredients. And then we know that sugar is so, so addictive. Sugar is highly, highly addictive. And most everything that you're going to eat, I'm going to say that everything that you're going to eat, besides meat that does not have any additional ingredients added to it, is going to convert to sugar in your body. And so that's problematic. So you will hear us say on Hey Sister Girl, you'll hear me say that your body can only handle a teaspoon, 1 teaspoon of sugar at a time. Okay. And so if you're looking at your, carbohydrate intake, okay, and Denitra just told me this formula yesterday. Take the carbohydrate that is on the back of the thing, right? Divide that by 4. And that's how many teaspoons of sugar are in that product per serving. How many of us eat 1 serving of anything? I used to be able to eat a whole bag of chips. So how many actual teaspoons of sugar is your body having to deal with because you are eating sugar? Your body can only handle 1 teaspoon. Your insulin's going to chase all that extra sugar and store it on your body as fat. So that's just a basic, that's a really basic description of what happens in the body when you overconsume sugar. So we know that sugar is highly addictive, which is the reason why I'm trying to really get away from all sweet tastes, because even those sugar-free sweeteners do cause an insulin response in the body. And so I'm trying to become more insulin sensitive. And take a look at it. Next time you're looking at picking up something in the grocery store, look at how many carbs are in it. Divide that by 4, and that's how much sugar it is per serving. All right. So as far as that is concerned, that is my plan for the new year around food and eating. I want to talk a little bit about the channel because, of course, this is CarnivorousGrama channel. Oh, for those of you who may not know, the reason why my channel is called CarnivorousGrama is because I got 4 grown kids. I mean, fully, wholly grown. I'm like, these kids are getting old, but I got to stay young. So, but along with the 4 kids, I've got 11 grandkids. So when I thought about who am I? What is my persona? One of the big things in my life is those 11 grandkids. And so CarnivorousGrama it was. I went carnivore and I'm never going back. CarnivorousGrama. So some of the things that I do on the channel is, of course, I do the cooking videos. So I would love to hear from you guys. If you have things that you want to see on the channel, let me know, because we can do that. I want to do some, like carnivore basics, like what is it that you need to be buying at the grocery store? Carnivore on a budget, like how do you work your budget when you're on a carnivore diet? Because a lot of people think that meat is very expensive. And meat can be expensive, don't get me wrong. But we need to remember that we can eat the meat that we can afford. So a lot of people on carnivore eat a lot of ground beef, because the ground beef, you can buy it in bulk. You can get it for a relatively low price. We're not all sitting around eating ribeye steaks every day, even though I would love to do that. And so that's why I had a ribeye on the last day, the last day of the year, because I'm like, okay, this is how I'm going into 2025 with my ribeye as the last thing. But you can buy a whole ribeye like I did, a whole primal cut, and cut it up into steaks for yourself, and then have a whole bunch of them in the refrigerator. So I want to do a couple more of those primal cut videos, because there are other primals that I can buy, like the chuck roll, the full New York strip. There's a bunch of different ones that you can get. So I'll be doing some more of those, breaking down larger cuts of beef into smaller cuts so that we can have things in the freezer. Have you thought about pooling together your resources and buying a portion of a cow or a whole cow? This is how my family does it, is that we will pool together all of our resources, and each of us get we'll buy a quarter cow or a half a cow, and each of us get a portion of that. So that's another way to make it affordable. And then, buying the food from your local rancher is so good for our environment. It's good as far as the quality of meat that you're going to get. And then also, you can pull those resources together and make it less expensive for you. Buy the meat that you can afford. Yeah. And then when you take out all those boxes and packages and cans, you will find that, the meat becomes more affordable. So we'll do some videos about how we can keep carnivore affordable. One of the things that I have not done in a while that I want to do is to do some live cooking shows. So give me a thumbs up in the comments if you're interested in doing live cooking shows. So those may take a little longer, depending on what it is that I'm cooking. But we can do some really quick things too, because carnivore makes cooking so easy and so fast. And I'm a cook. I love to cook. It's one of the things that is the joy of my life. It's very therapeutic for me. So actually, carnivore has been a little bit challenging in that way, because there's not a whole bunch of ingredients. There's not a whole long time it takes to cook things. So, I use my crock pot a lot. I use my pressure cooker a lot. And I just got this Ninja Foodie, y'all. Oh my gosh. Indoor grilling is my jam. Yesterday I cooked fried chicken. So I did mustard fried chicken. So mustard is a plant, but I do sometimes use some mustard. So if you're not going to flour your chicken, mustard is the next best thing. It is so good. That chicken was fire. It was so, so good. But the Ninja Foodie indoor grill is really, really nice. So we can do some cooking on that. So let me know if that's something that you guys are interested in. On CarnivorousGrama Speaks, I'm going to continue to do my interviews. So if you want to be interviewed on my channel, let me know. I would love to have you on and let you tell your story. I recently did get a chance to interview Maria Emmerich, and she is a darling. I just love her. And so Maria Emmerich is really, really cool. She is like the recipe. She has so many recipes on her website. I used to always watch her videos and use her recipes. Another guy who has a lot of great recipes is Chris Cooking Nashville. Now he's like a kitchen magician. He's a wizard in the kitchen. So, but I would like to do some live cooking shows and basically come in and cook up something on live. So that's something that I'm going to be looking into doing. One of the things that I've done a couple of, but I haven't done too many of, is like workout videos. So I do have maybe 1 or 2 workout videos. I did an arm workout And then I think I did something with like Pilates challenge. So if you guys are interested in seeing some more workout videos coming through CarnivorousGrama, let me know and I will be happy to put some of that together. So as far as my workouts for this year, I'm in a walking challenge, 14,400 steps a day for the month of January. That's a lot of steps, you guys. It's a lot of steps. But I want to invite you guys to come along with me and be part of this walking challenge. Do what you can. So if you can't do 14,000 steps, do whatever you can. Challenge yourself to get more movement this year. What are you doing for your movement piece? Are you walking? I know I don't think Simpson's here, but if Simpson was here, she'd say ride the Peloton. And then, we need to get more movement. So what I'm doing the walking challenge. It's on an app called Challenges. And let me know in the comments if you're interested in joining. We can definitely get you in there and get you going on this month challenge. One thing that you do need to do is you need to have some sort of pedometer. So if you have a Fitbit or you have an Apple Watch or whatever your pedometer is, you can link it up to this Challenges app and let it track your workouts. So it's really, really fun. And it's nice to have a community of support for whatever it is that you're trying to do this year. So let's get some more movement. I'm also going to be adding in some strength training. So my husband and we bought a workout bench. So it's like for, I can do leg lifts on it. I can do curls and also like, what is this thing called? The weight bar. I don't know what that's called. Bench press, bench presses. So yeah, so that is something that I want to be doing this year is, if you know me, you know that I have this bad knee. It's bone on bone arthritis. And, I feel that I am driving toward a knee replacement at some point in the future. So I don't want to have surgery. My goal is to not to have surgery. So I'm going to be working, trying to build the strength up and build those muscles up around the knee. And hopefully that will make it so that I can push off having a surgery anytime in the near future. I was supposed to have a hysterectomy and I kept putting it off and putting it off and putting it off until I finally went into menopause. Thank you, Jesus. And now I don't have to have it. So I'm like, do not want to have any kind of surgery. Why do you take out my part and put something foreign in my body? I don't want to. So I'm going to see what I can do with food and with movement to try to avoid having to do that. So there's a couple of more people that come in and I just want to say hello. So B-Dog is here. Hey, B-Dog. Thank you for coming in. Healthy Carnivore UK. Thank you very much. I hope I got this. I know I got this. And then Healthy Carnivore UK said, I struggle with weight loss. Lots of women do. I really feel that same way. Like, that's why I've been a dieter all my life, because I've always struggled with my weight. And, getting the weight off has always been a challenge. But I could do diets and I just really, really do not want to be on a diet. Like, I don't consider myself being on a diet with carnivore, even though I'm doing a way of eating. I feel very happy with the way that I'm eating. And so I don't feel like I'm on a diet. So yes, I think we definitely struggle with weight loss. Denitra's here. Hey, Denitra, thank you for coming in. And then, so as far as the devotional is concerned, B-Dog says, I love my chronological Bible study and the plans sound great. So you guys can check out my devotional. It's on my website, which is CarnivorousGrama.com. And Tara is here. Hey, Tara. And then B-Dog loves cooking videos. So yes, I love to do the cooking videos. So you guys probably are like, wow, she's doing a lot of Carnivorous Grandma Cooks videos. That's because I cook almost every single day. And I'm like, if I'm cooking, why not put out a video and show you guys what I'm cooking, how I'm cooking it, and how easy it is to cook with carnivore. So even keto, like I do some keto recipes as well, because my husband is on more of a ketogenic diet. So that's that. So let me know if you guys want workout videos. Do you guys have any questions? So before I go for the day, I just want to make sure that I answer any questions that you guys have, if you have any. And I definitely want to just appreciate you guys all for supporting my channel. The channel continues to grow, and it's so incredible to me, the support for the Carnivorous Grandma channel. So I cannot thank you enough for supporting. One thing I do want to mention is that I do have a Monday night show, and it is called Hey Sister Girl. And that show is all about women and supporting women, and talking about all of the things that impact us. So we're talking about health and nutrition. We're talking about movement. We are talking about, I do have a question. I'm going to start that. We're talking about finances. You know, how can we be better in 2025? I'm so excited to be working with G Brown, the lifestyle changer. And then I'm working with Denitra, and she is our coach, advocator. She's amazing as well. She is a certified metabolic health coach. And so she brings a lot of knowledge with her about health and nutrition. And so we really, really appreciate her being there. So that show is on Monday nights at 7:00 p.m. And I would love it if you guys would join us for Hey Sister Girl. And so I wanted to mention also that we have a Facebook group. And that group is called Hey Sister Girl. And it's on Facebook, and it's a community of support. So we're there to support each other. None of us has arrived yet. And so we're on our way. We're all on our journey. And so we want to be on a journey together with you, and come and band together and be this community of support for each other. So if you want to join Hey Sister Girl Facebook community, I'll make sure that that link is also down in the description box. I don't have my links in there yet, but once I get off the live today, I'll put all of the links in there so that you can go get the daily devotional, you can join the Hey Sister Girl group, you can join the walking challenge. So those three things will be in the description box below. All right, so Julie is here and she has a question. I'm looking to participate in Carnivore Month, but I don't want it too strict. Would like to incorporate some vegetables. So here's what I say, Julie. I am not dogmatic. I want you to try to eliminate those processed foods. That's the main thing. And so you would be doing something like a ketovore or a keto if you're incorporating vegetables. But yes, come and join us. Get that community of support going to support your lifestyle change, because I think you're going to see, even when I did keto, I saw some great results on keto. My problem is that I am a sugar addict. And so I couldn't really handle carbohydrates at all. And then not only the sugar addiction, but there were certain kind of physical ailments that I was having that I found were caused by certain foods. So in order to eliminate those, I have eliminated certain foods, but I do use seasonings. So you guys will see on my channel that I use Redmond's real seasoned salt. I use onion powder. I use garlic powder. So those are things that maybe eventually I will eliminate. We'll see. But as of now, I still use them. So do your carnivore your way, Julie. That's what I say. Your carnivore your way. And we will be here to support you. I will be here to support you, whatever your decision is around your way of eating. My main thing is those highly processed foods, which are extremely addictive, and also the seed oils. So seed oils are toxic. Seed oils were never meant for human consumption. I don't want to go down the whole money path, but you know, that putting seed oil into human diet was never meant to be. It's just not. It's just toxic to the body, and it takes a long time to get out. So if you are using seed oils, I would recommend that you move to something like butter, tallow, lard. So here's the thing, they told us that this stuff was bad for us. Like if you're eating lard, it's going to clog your arteries. Well, it's just not true. So go and do some research on that for yourself and find out the truth, because it's just not true that basically that those saturated fats are going to cause your arteries to be clogged. It's really carbohydrates that do that. So yeah, more to come on that. We'll do some Carnivorous Grandma Speaks talking about all of that in the coming year. You're so welcome, Julie. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up, but I really appreciate, again, you guys' support for Carnivorous Grandma. We're going to keep on moving for the next year. I'll be moving into my, oh my gosh, I'll be having my 2nd year anniversary on February 22nd. I can hardly believe it. You guys, I can hardly believe it. I was one of the people that said, who does that? Who eats only meat? That does not make any sense. You're going to be sick. You're going to kill yourself eating only meat. But I am thriving on only meat. So, I mean, if I can do it, you can do it. So, yeah, ask yourself who does that. And then raise your hand and say, me, I do it. I do it, yes, because it's a game changer. It's a game changer. In fact, I just saw a video from Dr. Tony Hampton that was talking about all of the issues that are in our bodies, from type 2 diabetes to autoimmune conditions to mental health, that can be relieved, alleviated, put into remission on a meat-based way of eating. So I'm going to put a link to that video in the show notes below. All right, you guys. So thank you so much for being here for another episode of Carnivorous Grandma Speaks. I will see you out here in these carnivore streets. Bye, everybody.